People always ask, where did we get the name Blue Water Climate Control? When a Navy ship casts off lines, exits the harbor, and loses sight of land, that's blue water sailing. It takes a team of people to do that. Tireless work, focus, and attention to detail. So much of starting a business is just like that. After it's done, you get filled with deep satisfaction for accomplishing something. And it's quickly followed by, now the real work begins. We're Blue Water Climate Control.
Hello, everyone. I am holding down the fort here this evening. Alexis will try to join us if she can. I have sent her the invitation. I am working on my own, so y'all be patient with me as I fiddle with buttons. I haven't figured out yet how to make the background appear. So the background's going to be We Back Pat jerseys and my stuff. So welcome, everyone, to another episode of Buck and 2MC as I fly solo here. No producer, just me. I'm going to make sure we're actually going live before I get started talking. Let me get the chat turned on. Renee's in here. Can always count on Renee, man. A lot of our regulars we can always count on. Let's see if we are actually streaming and working while I check various and assorted phones to see if I actually did this correctly. It appears to be on Twitter. Donna's here. Debbie Key is here. Let's see if I actually made it to Facebook. Appreciate y'all's patience while I check the technology as I ride solo here. And it appears we're on Facebook, so I get a win for today. I figured out the technology all by myself, minus the fact I don't know how to do the background. I don't know what I'm supposed to do there. I wonder if I can create some other photos. I don't know. It's not working. Oh, look at that. I just randomly click photos. There's the background. It's a basketball court. Glad to see everybody here. Want to especially shout out everybody who came or supported or liked social media posts or did anything for the big Orange Mountain Designs event at the store Saturday. It was a great turnout considering everything going on now. I know for some people it's tough to travel, and especially as we still wrestle with this pandemic. So a lot of good social distancing, people in masks, everything was done for the protection of the athletes. Got to meet Credence finally in person. That was great. Credence, welcome coming in here again. Donna Hairston, of course, worked and worked and worked. A lot of people put in a lot of work to make that happen. So I definitely want to shout out everyone who did that. It is, of course, September 1st. And here we go. I know y'all's biggest questions. I'm just going to go to it first. Where is the schedule? They're not just withholding it on purpose, I promise. They're trying to finalize the final non-conference games, and rather than put it out piecemeal, of course, you want to put it out all together. And of course, SEC schedule, I haven't seen that for anybody. So I'm with y'all. Where's this? Every time I see the Lady Vol's notification of a tweet on basketball, I open it up. It's got to be the schedule. Nope, it's not the schedule. But it's coming. And it's not, I can't point you to a tickets or an online confirmation, but the plan is, my understanding, is to be in Las Vegas for that Thanksgiving tournament on the Friday and Saturday after Thanksgiving. It will be obviously a homecoming game for senior Ray Burrell, and would be great if to have a great turnout for her. I realize travel is quite the issue in some cases for some people, so I totally get that. But at least you know how to make your Friday, Saturday Thanksgiving plans. Let's hope for a live stream or something. We'll hopefully get all those details. So once again, thank you, everyone. I've got a few photos from the, let's see if I can click photos here next, from the event. I particularly like this one, and I didn't notice it until later. And oops, that's not it. But that's where Lex and Alex are. They're trying to get this restaurant ready to open. The soft opening's tonight, and then it will be open tomorrow for UT football, 8 o'clock. Here we go. This photo is, of course, the team at the name, image, and likeness event. And there's Pat. You can see Pat on the far left. Softball player Kiki Malloy is at the far left. And then softball player Ashley Rogers is in between Jordan Walker and Kean Green. Tamari Key, I love how those little panel lines are back there, so we can really look at height with those panel lines. And I realize they're not all lined up side by side. There's some people stepped a bit forward. But I think we get a real good idea of just how tall Tamari Key is in this photo. It's not even close. There is no way she is not 6'6.5", something like that. She is tall. It was great for the team to turn out. Obviously, this is an NIL event, so all the players were paid for their appearance. I will point out we see Jesse Rennie. Unfortunately, and I hope visa laws change in the United States, but no international players can receive compensation for their appearances, or it puts their visa status in jeopardy. So that is talk about an unintended side effect of a law. That is definitely that one. So particularly appreciate Jessie coming out, even though she cannot be compensated for her appearance. Vin is, it's 4 a.m. where he is, 1:04 a.m. where he is. So it's game day. It's no longer a sleep and a wake up. It is football game day for him. So my dogs, you all hear them. Obviously, September 1st, if you're on the social media for the guys, this is live. Okay, do you mind? They do. If you're on social media for the Lady Vols, you notice all these tweets today about it being September 1st. And I started getting some messages, people, what's going on? What does all this mean? It means 2023s can now be contacted directly by the coaching staff. So that's a big day, because now they can reach out directly to them via all sorts of messaging and email and text and every other way you can find people for online. The dogs are distracting me. Y'all are so patient. So that was the flurry of text messages today. It signals that the 2023s can be contacted. Tennessee had a great, you may be seeing it shared on Twitter or Facebook, had a great compilation video of like a record player playing, and then images coming up of Kelly and Pat and Lady Vols. And it really, they have a new video graphics and media graphics and social media graphics person over there, and he's doing a great job, because that was a great video. Is obviously, as we talked about before, official visits also are starting now. The first one up, and we still talk about it because Alexis isn't here. Tennessee obviously has 4 targets in 2022 with Justine Passat, the sharpshooter from New Jersey, already committed. Not sure when she's visiting, but she wants to visit, make an official visit. So hopefully that can happen this fall. The first one up is Talasia Cooper, who is going to be here this week. That is the guard out of South Carolina in the class of 2022. She was going to come in November. So here's a schedule hint for us. She was going to come in November, like during the middle of the week, which I try to track all these, and that was confusing to me, because I'm like, that's not a weekend. That indicates to me, I think she was coming November 2nd and 3rd. That indicates to me there's an exhibition game on one of those days. So there you go. That's my one schedule hint. There's got to be some kind of game that day. And then as a high school kid, I mean, her weekends are booked up, her time's booked up. She's got to get ready for her season. So she pushed up her visit. My understanding is she will get here tomorrow. I'm not sure if her visit will be, you could stay 48 hours on an official visit that the university pays for. You're welcome to come up earlier if you want to handle the cost of the hotel room. Tennessee just can only pay for 2 nights and pay for 48 hours of activities. So I'll be curious to see. We may see some social media posts that she's at the football game. Guys, this is important stuff. These people, they love the Lady Vols. They're not here for you. Sorry again. So we'll see if she gets here actually Thursday or Friday, but the good news is she's visiting. I'm aware of four places that she's visiting. Others include South Carolina, of course, her home state, and Florida State. Florida State's in that mix, and one other school. Then September 10th through the 12th, Amaya Jenkins is coming in. That's the guard from Kentucky who totally opened eyes during the summer circuit. She was what I call a COVID casualty last summer because coaches couldn't watch in person. So she flew under the radar, and she added a bunch of offers this summer, including Tennessee. She will be here September 10th through the 12th. So that is next weekend. And then Kyla Oldacre, that's the big one, no pun intended. She's a 6'5" post, actually pun intended. And she was another one who flew under the radar and then exploded this summer, showing the importance of the kids being able to play in front of coaches. And her offer list just grew and grew. Duke is in there, Tennessee, obviously. I think Rutgers, NC State. There's a whole slew of Power 5 conferences that jumped in, and she will visit. I finally got that confirmed. She will visit. I just don't know the exact dates yet, but she's got a finalist of 8, and you can only take 5 official visits in terms of the school pays for them. You can take unofficial visits on your own, but you have to pay for them, and that gets, well, one, it's a time commitment. I can't imagine being a parent and trying to coordinate all this while your kid is in high school. So that is excellent news there. I am going to forget to do the thing I'm supposed to do, which is thank our sponsors. So let's see if I can find those photos. Let's see if I can do what I'm supposed to do. OrangeMountainDesigns.com, of course, big event that was held Saturday. Please support OrangeMountainDesigns.com. Alexis Hornbuckle basketball. She's busy tonight. She's getting ready for that restaurant to open. The Gold Standard Fitness and Sports Performance Training done by former Lady Vol soccer player Jamel Johnson. And of course, Just Pass It tutoring. You can do it online. Makes it easier to get the classes you need, pass the classes you need, and go ahead to your college career that you want. The special this week is the Orange Mountain Design September Box of the Month. It's a surprise that will warm your heart. I do not know what that means, I promise. If I knew what it means, I'd give a hint. So Terry does those every month. You put in the sizes that you want for your size you want for your shirt, and you get a surprise in the mail. They have been very popular, and they will sell out. So go ahead and jump in it and get that done, definitely for your September surprise of the month. Margot said, who are you talking about, Maria? If it was just recently, I was talking about Kyla Oldacre, the 6'5" post who has trimmed her schools to 8. And Tennessee will definitely be one of her 5 visits. I don't have the dates yet, but this is that time of year where all I'm doing is tracking official visits and trying to figure out who's coming here. Obviously, I already said that Talasia Cooper will be here, could be as early as tomorrow. She will be here for she's coming earlier than expected. She was going to come in November. She need to move it up because of a very packed schedule. And then Amaya Jenkins, September 10th through 12th. Talasia Cooper could get here tomorrow because there's this big thing called a football game on ESPN with the opener against Bowling Green at 8 p.m. So the good thing about all of these players that are visiting is nobody has to fly, because I think flying people could be a little bit anxious about right now. Obviously, Talasia's coming from South Carolina. It's a drivable visit. Kyla Oldacre would come from Ohio. That's another drivable visit. And Amaya Jenkins, she's 3 hours north of here, close to Lexington. So another drivable visit. I want to put up a couple more photos, make sure I click the right thing here, of the actual visit. Not the actual visit, the actual event at NIL. I can't put up photos of visit. Well, I could if they were on Twitter and they were the kids, but not if Alexis was here. That's obviously Jordan Horston and Tamari Key. They're talking to media. All 3 TV stations locally in Knoxville came out to cover it: WBIR, WVLT, WATE. So much thanks to them for those efforts. There's Terry talking to WBIR. I think she's still worn out. She had a full day, and also the planning going into that event. If you've never tried to put on a big event and coordinate everything, then you don't really know how exhausted you are when it's done. If you have done it, thank you, because it is a lot of work. And then, of course, the softball players, Ashley Rogers and Kiki Malloy, there will be a couple announcements that were made that people who weren't there may not know. There is going to be a Ladyboss calendar this year that can feature current Lady Vols and their images that Terry Holder will do. So this is a big deal because we've always tried to do these calendars, but this time we can feature Lady Vols. So you probably saw some social media photos of the players sitting on trucks, on that bit or that truck, that blue old timey pickup truck. So there's and a bunch of shots were taken by professional photographers with the players, bats and helmets and gloves and basketballs. So it should be a very good calendar for everyone that you will enjoy. So as soon as we hear more on that, we will let you know. And also the Orange Mountain Designs will be sponsoring a softball tournament, a local one for young kids. And I don't have all the details on that yet, but it will be coming out. I believe it's going to be in October. So we'll get more information about that for everybody, because there's probably a lot of folks who would want to get their kids signed up to be taught by current softball players. Latrice said, is the schedule out? No, we talked about that right when it started. So I'll repeat it real quick. We knew that it was going to be the first question asked. It is so close. My understanding is very, very close, but it is not out yet. We're still waiting on the SEC schedule too. Although we know who Tennessee will play, we don't have dates and times. It is not anything anybody's intentionally slow walking. It just isn't finalized yet. And some of that could be just nailing down contracts and making things fit. I do know it's not been officially released yet, so I can't point you to a link or buy tickets. I do know the team will play in Las Vegas. That is the plan. COVID not messing everything up again. On the Friday and Saturday after Thanksgiving, that will be a homecoming games for Ray Burrell. So that will be exciting, particularly for anybody who lives drivable to Las Vegas, or if you want to make travel plans. So I will always point out that we do not know what COVID is going to do at this point. That is anybody else frozen? Renee said she is. I can't tell when I am doing this because all I see is me. So I don't have any indication that my internet is not working. So y'all can let me know. Let's see if it's running. If it's running on Volunteer Network, it appears to be. Okay. All right. It's not it. I think it's Renee's end. I'm sorry. All right. I froze for a minute. So Doris Workman says, hello, my friend. Good to see you back. Back now. Okay. Sorry. We hung up. I am on a wired system, but I don't know. Maybe it's waterlogged. The sun is out here, and that's the first I've seen of the sun in a long, long time. It is, we got drenched in East Tennessee. I'm sure other places around the Southeast did too. Obviously not anywhere near as bad as what has happened and is happening in Louisiana and Mississippi. The images of that are just heart-wrenching. And then, of course, what happened in Waverly, Tennessee with the flooding last week. So a lot of people are going through a really tough time right now. So always want to think about them, particularly those who lost, everything. Your life can change in such a split second. So always want to shout out people and to let them know we are thinking about them as they work to get back on their feet. And always a big thanks to the volunteers and the community response and the first responders and everybody out there trying to take care of people. It is very appreciated. And I know our healthcare people are particularly exhausted. So thank you to them. Doris asks, where's Alexis? They are opening the Tap 40 Grill officially tomorrow. She is covered up with that, as is Alex Carter. So I am riding solo over here. That's why you just see me. She was going to try to come in, but I think she's busy. We did have, I wanted to make sure people, and I finally found them, had something special when we had the event at Orange Mountain Designs, that's something that they could take with them. So I finally found these, and I'll show you what was given away to everybody that attended. These are this is Rocky Top News. This is the precursor to where I right now, which is 247 Sports, covering Tennessee. Rocky Top News goes back to the obviously late 1990s, early 2000s. And that, of course, was when Pat hit number 1,000. We only printed 2,500 copies of these magazines. They went out to subscribers. And I was one of the ones that would get some comp issues. So I finally found them. I'd had them packed away and took them to Terry to give away to customers. And then also found this one, the back-to-back stories about the coverage of the Lady Vols winning in Tampa. And of course, all of the different Lady Vol stories were written, the ones that I had done for the magazine when we would write for online and the magazine. So it's kind of a cool keepsake for people to have. And I'm glad I was able to find them. I think I have a few more. And if I can find those, I'll get them to Terry to maybe offer in the store now too, because I think there's probably some interest there. I would think in people reading that. And because everything is all online now, there's no print. It's hard to get printed materials to hold. And when people want keepsakes, I mean, you don't print it off the internet. You want that one signed. That one sign, like Credence had me sign his. I told him that was a waste of the cover. I was wanting Alexis to sign it. So Credence, hang on to that, and you can get her at the restaurant. But it's something you can hold and keep and read and put in your hand. So that to me still matters because I still read books. So if anybody, Terry, I'm going to try to get her some more. I'm not going to promise what she can give because, and if she needs to, she can also, sell them, what little ones, what we can find. So I do want to point out that, and I mentioned this on the live we did with the softball and basketball players on Positive Lady Vols, there is a tremendous outlay of money to get this done on the front end. And all that is borne, of course, by Terry at Orange Mountain Designs. All these shirts have to be ordered and printed, and then you hope they all sell. The players, all of those players got paid for that. Terry also has 4 players under contract. It is a lot of work to run a business, and a retail business is absolutely operating on the thinnest of margins. You hope to break even and make your rent and pay your bills. So I just point that out. Shipping's going up. U.S. Postal Service had to raise priority shipping rates again. That went into effect, I think, August 28th. It is expensive to run a business. I think a lot of the people there saw how much went into planning an event. So I just want to point that out when people, if you don't quite understand what a small business is doing, particularly a niche business like Orange Mountain Designs, Terry can't lose money at one store and make it at another one. So you don't have that luxury. You can't say, well, our 4 other stores over here are doing well. We can be okay if this one struggles. Every week is a, can we make everything we need to do this week? If y'all don't see Terry in the comments about the magazine, she said, Maria, I do have some available. We will include one for free tonight with any purchase of a September box of the month. All right, people, there you go. You want one of those magazines? Get your September. If you haven't already gotten it, get your September box of the month. There it is. Order it tonight. And Terry will include one of these or one of these. I think there's more of these left, but they could be going. So there we go. I am just having way too much fun clicking all these buttons. So get your September box of the month tonight, and you will get one of those magazines free. And Karen asked, where is Buck? She is trying to get the restaurant open. I had sent her a guest invite to be here, but I don't think she's going to make it, or Alex. That's why I'm the one clicking all the buttons here. They are working to get Billy Ratliff's Tap 40 Grill open. Tomorrow is kind of a big day in volunteer land, and you definitely want a restaurant open for college football when the Vols are kicking off on a Thursday. So they don't have extra days to get ready for Saturday. They got to get ready now. So I think they have been in that restaurant 15 hours a day minimum, trying to get everything ready to go. So that is where Alexis is this evening. I don't want to forget to mention our sponsors again, because y'all know me. I forget. And then I was like, why didn't you mention the sponsors? Blue Water Climate Control, of course. Oops, I don't want them there. I want Terry there. Blue Water Climate Control, of course, we did the video before they started. That is also who I use for my heat and air contracts and maintenance. They are wonderful. It's a veteran-owned company. I recommend them because I use them. So I'm not just asking you to support them. Just Pass It Tutoring. I don't use that because I have graduated high school and college, so I don't need that anymore, but it's always a great idea, of course. Then, of course, the Gold Standard Fitness and Sports Performance Training. Jamel Johnson runs that, former Lady Vol Soccer. She is thrilled with the way soccer has started, of course. They are doing very well. I've already mentioned Orange Mountain Designs and Alexis Hornbuckle basketball, of course. And where have we put our Tap 40? There we go. Billy Ratliff's Tap 40 Grill Sports Bar Experience. It's in Powell, right off Emory Road exit. Take Connor Road. You run right into it. I mean, it's like 2 minutes from the interstate off I-75 at Emory Road. So go there, enjoy pizza and food and beverages. Right now, my understanding is they have their beer license. They're working on the liquor license. It's coming. Those things take a little bit longer. There's a lot of hoops to jump through. Anytime you want to run a business, there's a lot of hoops to jump through. Terry is laughing right now because she knows that there is so much that goes into running a business. People are saying they've already ordered. Karen Vogel, love Orange Mountain Designs. Doris said, my daughter that got nominated with Alexis McDonald's All-American is going to be in Hall of Fame this Friday. I'm one proud mama after 17 years. That is fantastic, Doris. It is. I'm still looking to see if I missed any copies of that. People remembering RTN. Good. There's some people here that are as old as me. Awesome. Jessica said, former small business owner, and you are right, it's a labor of love. It truly is. You work all the time. I mean, and you have to have outside help with accountants and taxes, and it is an absolutely amazing amount of work that goes into running a business. It truly is a labor of love. Terry does this because she loves it. She's not doing it to make money. I mean, she's put her own money into it. So I know I'm preaching to the choir here because you guys are big supporters, but please keep supporting. Now, the story that I absolutely love, as y'all know, is Nikki Anasike. I still keep in touch with her periodically to check in on how the twins are doing. She also got some nice news coverage from some local TV stations about the twins being home. This is little Chalucci. I want to show you a before and after picture. She just sent me those like late last week. This is that poor little Chalucci, absolutely fighting for his life. And she almost lost him a couple times. It got very, very serious. He ended up going to Vanderbilt for specialized care. He was in the hospital for weeks. His little brother Mez went home sooner. Of course, they're all together now. All right, you got that image in your head. Now look at this one. That doesn't just make your heart swell and bring almost a tear to your eye, or tears of joy. This is what love does. This is what fighting does. This is what Lady Vol Nation did by making sure Nikki could focus on everything she needed to do to save her kids and get some incredibly much needed financial help while she was in a hospital and is still taking these babies back and forth. She will get back to Anderson County High School to coach, but she's obviously the amount of medical appointments that Chalucci still needs is incredible. I love that little hand. I mean, I got to be an honorary aunt or something. I mean, this to this. That is love, man. That is an incredible amount of love and tenderness, and And Nikki is so gratified by everyone that helped her. So anytime I get photos like that, I want to share them with y'all so you can see how the little baby is doing. I want this pandemic to end so I can hold these little babies. Can't do it yet. So I will be looking forward to that day. Doris said, yes, we own a store and a restaurant. It's a lot of work. Yes, it is. You work all the time, but you do it because you love it, because there's no other reason to do it, because the working with the general public, minus the people here, can be absolutely mind-numbing. Beth said, we are all aunties. Good. I like that. We all can be little Mez and Chalucci aunties forever. But I will not keep y'all too long this evening. I think I've covered what I needed to in terms of recruiting, what we got coming up, 2022. I did point out, if you notice the flurry of social media, September 1st today by Lady Vol Hoops and other accounts, it's because September 1st, they can now officially contact 2023s directly. So that is why there's so much social media activity today. It's a big day because, I mean, a lot of 2023's phones were blowing up all day today, getting a lot of contact from a lot of schools. So if you missed the Lady Vol's social media post that they did to spotlight September 1st, you need to go check it out because it is really good. Schedule, we're waiting. I'm hoping, like y'all are, that we see this soon. And Orange Mountain Designs, absolutely. Support as you can. Jessica said, thank you, Maria. My last show for a while is I'll be in pottery classes on Wednesdays. I'll catch the recordings. That is awesome. Jessica, we're going to have to see some samples of your pottery, man. You'll need to show us. We'll even put it up, I'll share. I'm getting real good at sharing this screen without any producer. So I know it's 30-minute show. Don't want to keep y'all, instead of me just mumbling, if I ever have any specific thing to announce, you know where to find me on social media. I'll let everyone know. Terry, get some rest. I know you got to be tired from the weekend. Everybody take care of yourselves. If you're still in harm's way because of the weather, please be very careful and keep everybody in your thoughts who is still struggling with a lot of weather-related issues, from Waverly, Tennessee, what happened there, to, of course, Mississippi and Louisiana. So you guys have a great evening. Be safe. And I will see you guys next week. Hopefully Alexis they will have gotten that restaurant open and we can get her back. Bobby said, thanks for all you do. Enjoy talking with you Saturday, as I always enjoy meeting Lady Vol fans. Everybody just stay safe. We want to get out of this, get to the other side of this, and just go back to everything being normal like it was. We're getting there if we just keep working together. Like Pat said, it's not about you. It's what we do as a team. So everybody help each other. You guys are great, and I will see you next week. Peace.